Hey, my name's Tom Bench. I'm with Tunnel Garden. I'm going to give you a quick tour of our complete growing system. It's portable. It's heated off passive solar heat. That's what keeps all the plants warm and toasty and growing good with a spring-like climate during the winter. And they're super easy to set up. It takes maybe about 30 minutes and just making sure everything's buttoned down and airtight. And the cool thing about this system is that there's really not a product like this where there's a couple systems that have like some frost cloth, some cover crop, and you can extend the season maybe a week or two if you're lucky. And then there's really expensive greenhouse systems that you could spend a couple $1,000s just to get into it, take hours to set up, and then pay for the heating costs throughout the year. This is a complete setup where you can grow stuff throughout the winter. You can get a huge jump on spring planting, and you can also extend your season into the fall about a month as well. And I'm excited to show you around and show you some of the things that it can do. Some people ask if you have to work them by crawling inside the garden like you're on your hands and knees. Definitely don't do that. Gardening is enough work as it is. You just pull back the layer. This is 6mm greenhouse plastic. It's really high quality stuff. It'll last for 6-7 years. So we built this kit to be really durable and sturdy. And this is what does most of the trapping the heat to keep everything warm. You notice that these hoops are made of, these are steel hoops, so they're really tough, really durable. And these are pressed into the ground about 12 to 18 inches, so they're really sturdy. And one of the advantages of being so low to the ground is that with like a cold frame or a greenhouse, a lot of the heat comes up to the top. But with this low tunnel garden system, all the heat stays in one spot, so it warms the plants and the soil. This does most of the work with the warming. This is more of a support strap that goes across that ties into both the stakes. This frost cloth right here, this does it warms up the system about 6 degrees. And it does a lot of work. It helps really during those really cold times. And this really is a lot of what the systems that you see to extend the season. This does about 6 degrees, but it's not enough to really extend the season dramatically in the spring, planting early, or in the fall. So we'll open this up. There we go. So this is so it's early spring right now. It's March 17th, and this is what my tunnel garden looks like after a whole winter of growing. So as you can see, planted everything super tight, and it's really dense, overplanted, because the plants are really small. In the last couple weeks when it's warmed up, the plants have just exploded. They've easily doubled or tripled in size. So obviously a lot of the greens are going to do really well for either the late fall gardens or the winter gardens or early spring. So we've got lettuce mix, butter crunch, tons of kale. We got some scraggly radishes in here. So this is one of the carrots that grew. And pull this up. So for those of you who have, it's a nice purple carrot, pretty cool. But yeah, for those of you who have never tasted winter carrots, you will never go back to the summer ones. That's super good. The flavor is a little different because of the cold temperatures. It's just a little sweeter. Ooh, that's awesome. Look at those roots. So, carrots in March, not too bad. Yeah. Here we go. It's a nice little snack. These are just little, they got decent little root, but yeah, a lot of these things you can keep going to, let them get a little bigger. Nice. There we go. So some of these are doing really well. Nice shape too. Yeah. So you see, when it gets to this point in the spring, you want to go through and thin this stuff out to what it normally needs to be. Kale is just super tough anyway, so you can grow this through the winter. One of the biggest things about this kit is that, so there's a difference in temperatures between a plant surviving during the winter and then thriving. There's a certain temperature zones where plants are basically being unproductive and they're just sort of holding on for dear life. And with this frost cloth and with the greenhouse plastic and the system to tie everything down, it puts those plants in that temperature zone so that they can be productive. So it's not just surviving through the winter, although they don't grow super big, and this spot actually probably only got 4 hours of sunlight. Every element has been tested, so the length, the size of the greenhouse, the different types of frost cloth that are available, the different depths to plant these poles, different systems to tie down. All this stuff has been perfected and refined throughout the years that we've been developing this tunnel garden. So now we have this awesome kit that can ship to you, ships out in a box, and you just have to put the legs on of these posts, because the posts come in 3 pieces or else the shipping would be extremely expensive. So we've made it economical to ship out to people, and you just follow the simple instructions. It is gardening, so it is work, sorry about that. But we made it as easy as we could to really get you a good harvest throughout the winter. You can have fresh salad for New Year's when everyone's thinking about getting healthy. And you can also really, like we've said, dramatically extend the season in the spring. Just to give you an example, these are all the cold crops right now, but here we're in Utah, zone 6, I believe, and it gets pretty cold in the winters. This garden survived single-digit temperatures, so it got down to about 7 degrees. But with this system, though, you can with tomatoes, you can get the starts planted about a month to 5 weeks earlier. So essentially, the safe time here to plant tomatoes is Mother's Day. You get out there and you have your little starts that are about this tall, and we've done some test grows. You can check out the blog post that we did. But we have a Mother's Day planted tomato about this big, and then we have this nice big tomato that was planted in the tunnel garden, and probably was just about growing up the top of the space. It was amazing. I think of getting that kind of jump start. And you just kind of follow the steps, make sure that this ground cloth is touching the soil on all ends, tighten it down, make sure that they're watered. And in the spring, you want to make sure to open it up on the ends if it gets too hot, because even in the winter, you'll see a 20-30 degree increase in temperature just by having the system airtight and set up in a good sunny spot.